Hi everyone, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for visiting my channel. I've been feeling better since the last couple of videos. Like, I've pretty much vented. I feel better, not because I think I just had a lot of stuff bottled up inside, and I got to thinking about it while on my way to go ahead and get coffee. I know it's late at night. I still have one option open. Otherwise, I would be just driving and stopping wherever and just to take a break. I think we all do that. We're guilty of doing that. Just needing a little, countdown break. That's it. We just saw it was 1:43. It's been showing up. Anyway, so on the way over to get coffee, I was thinking about, I don't know, I was thinking about a lot. How this channel totally feels, especially with the last couple of videos that I've done. I don't even know if I've posted all of them yet. There's maybe 2 or 3 that I can think of at the moment that are just yeah, that was kind of a lot, Tina. Oh well, I'm old enough now. I have the rights to speak up. I've always been insecure because of my age and looking younger than I actually am. So I was always treated like a younger. And while it can be an advantage, especially as I get older, it's like I'm not a big enough girl yet to speak up. I have this old ingrained belief that I only earn respect with age, and that's not necessarily a hugely bad thing. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over because I'm going back to this deck right here that has 4 lingering cards. Okay, sorry. I hope all of you are well. Sometimes my life is like this, and at this point I am told that it's okay and I'm not to question every single thing. I'm multitasking. Anyway, you get a glimpse of basically what I have to do to make the most out of the time that I have left after squandering it over. I'm still healing, so that means I'm being faced with all kinds of other, conflicts and change, and I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit of a baby. But then again, I've been stuck in those patterns, I don't know for how long. Like I said, it's come to the point where I've reached an age where you know what? No, I earned my keep. I earned it. I have a mouth. I can speak. I have thoughts. Right? How did this card end up so low? It is Justice in reverse. Did we get Justice again? So there's Justice in reverse. Let's go ahead and read that item. Okay, before we read it, we want to go ahead and make sure that we ask for Spirit's blessing. Spirit, I know you're with me. I talked to you before I even got in the car. So, just to formalize this event, for the sake of, we have company here. We have visitors, Spirit. So, please come and join us. Have a seat. So, Spirit, thanks for joining and moderating this event, and keeping the messages in alignment, clear from any obstruction, confusion, any haze, any fog. If you could clear that up, that would be wonderful. Any negative entities are to stay out of our sacred space, wherever that may be, where I am, where you are, each and every one of you viewers. For this timeless message is timeless. Breathe. For the collective whole. Yes. So, alright, Spirit, what have you got to say? What do our divine beings of love and light, including our higher selves, our guardian angels, our ancestors, our spirit animals, our star families, yes. Anytime I can, I do acknowledge my star family. Or families, because we reincarnate. I don't know if we just reincarnate here on Earth, or before that, what was our history? What was our ancestry beyond the human form? I really wish I could get into the Akashic records. I'm told that I could, but I need to trust more. So I'm still working on myself, and that's a good thing. Although I feel like every time I feel behind, I want to kick myself in the butt, and it's just wasted energy. You know what you did wrong, let's just move on with it. And so I just need to trust in the process, but understand that I'm at where I'm at because that's where I need to be at. So however long it takes me to learn, there shouldn't be any judgment. The whole point is just to learn. And so I cannot be so uptight. At my last job, I remember talking to one of the supposed higher-ups. We were just like kind of joking around at some event. We were describing each other, and then I think it came to me, how would we describe you? You know, you're so nice and this and that. And then I was like, uptight. Or what? I used that word, something like that. High strung. Oh my gosh, she laughed her pants off. Can you guys believe that? She still had to exercise some kind of decorum in order to save face. That's what HR does, basically. They hold their poker face behind a smile poker face. And so it was a little startling for me. And she repeated it too. That's how comedic she thought that was, that it was so on point. I'm still shocked. I was appalled almost. Gosh. And I was still in my 30s. Goodness. Alright, I don't want to talk too much about my life. It's already been like a good 10 minutes. Hi, how do you do? An extended hello. This is all about tracking progress because Spirit says I need to take a life review, like a year-end review. It says 11:43. Anyway, that's one of the numbers that one of my numbers, I don't know. This whole spiritual awakening thing was just like the beginning of this year, or late last year anyway, so it's been less than a year. So I've got to do some just inventory, not just what we have in stock right now and how things appreciated or depreciated, but also the things that were scrapped, and trying to make sense of all of that. Now, usually when we hear the phrase taking inventory or year-end review, we think of just exactly what the words speak of, or what we've done lately. I know people who are tuned in the business world that understand exactly what that means because of familiarity of phrasing, the common usage of it. But when you're stepping on the outside and you're not really quite in that industry, of the 9-to-5 button-up shirt kind of deal, the stuff earlier in the year isn't quite as clear unless you track your progress gradually. And that's what I've learned to do when I was on the 9-to-5, because no one's really going to watch out for you except you. You gotta kind of keep track of your progress in order to market yourself appropriately, be able to tap dance in front of people. Anyway, sorry, that was a poor attitude. That was really poor attitude, sorry. Taking inventory, yeah, so you gotta look at like the whole picture of it all, not just what you have in stock, but all of the other ingredients that make up the inventory process. When you're reviewing this stuff, of course, if you are the assessor, the auditor of your life, just like if you were a separate entity to a company, an independent contractor conducting such a review, you want to make sure that you get someone credible, which means that if you're doing your own audit, then you need to be in the right mindset. You have to feel right with yourself. You need to be able to trust yourself, right? You need to be able to work on yourself in order to see the difference between here and there, not the difference between me and you, because it should just be monitoring self-progress. Of course, there's things that I still need to work on. Spirit knows that. I know that. And I've been working on it, and I know it feels like I'm talking your ear off about all this stuff. All right, 15 minutes in. Let's think about where we want to put our time from this point forward, because enough's enough of that. But I need to flush that stuff out. And I feel like just as if you had a friend over, and a good friend over, and you're just talking, and that's really it. There's no huge expectations on like, what kind of content is my friend going to bring over today? Do they even look good enough to listen to pay attention to? And that's kind of degrading, right? That we do that when we're at a distance because we can actually save that face and shut people out whenever we want to. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know where to begin. But I'm not going to go off on another tangent because this thing's going to be like an hour long. And I just wanted to chill out for a second. And I already did a reading today, and sometimes, you just need to exhaust yourself as an empath, healer, whatever you might designate your, whatever practice you take where you're giving something of yourself and analyzing it. And oh my gosh, like 15 minutes ago, I was on the road of trying to tell you what this felt like. Did I tell you even? I don't even recall. I was just so deep into like what the moment was from moment to moment that I totally forgot like the whole... Sorry. Okay, so what this feels like is like a diary. I have to do year-end review and personal inventory. I'm sharing this openly, and I have such a hard time doing this in person. And since I've been doing this, ever since I'm getting better in real life person. Funny, isn't it? Interesting. So, I'm not going to apologize for the poor lighting. I kind of like this, like, trippy. Anyway. Here we go, spirits. Okay. Oh, yes. What we were saying is, yes, any and all negative entities will get the byproduct benefits of this energy, these messages, through us, through coming in contact with us. So basically, we include them as we cross paths with each other because we have to think better of ourselves. These oppressing forces, these opposing forces that disagree with our path are meant to either strengthen our path, make us become more resilient, or more aligned to it. Or if we're veering off, we're going to get right back on path. So it has benefits in two ways as it's directed towards us. So it's either going to make us stronger, more willful, or simply more aligned. That's a great thing. Being so, we want to think about ourselves in our higher potential, walking our path, our sacred individual paths as our higher selves. So we want to access that. We want to visualize that. We want to step into those shoes. And when we do that, okay, we're going to progressively think and visualize, okay, when we cross paths with these oppressive or opposing forces, or what we once thought were oppressive or opposing forces, they're just troubled attempts, right? Energies of troubled attempts. They're conflicted, afflicted, troubled, and they make attempts to converse with our path, whether they may be attracted to our light and want to feed off of it to sustain their own being, or bored and they want to bring us down in order to elevate themselves, make them appear higher than us. Whatever the case may be, let's focus on the fact that they are in existence, in their divine existence, to help us either raise our trajectory by becoming more resilient and stronger in our conviction, in our integrity, or it's helping us align back onto path if we're veering off. Sorry, sometimes when you see me not look at the camera, it's when I get deep into thinking about something. I know the angels are working with me because I have to like kind of pick a spot. I don't know, my eyes just glaze over the matrix and then I find some isolated spot. I don't choose it, it chooses me. It just like kind of sucks me in, right? And it like funnels me into thinking, and I'm just kind of in the thought rather than focus on sight, on what I'm absorbing in the full. My real eyes are on autopilot, but then my third eye is the one that's active. That's what happens with me. I don't know if any of you clairvoyant experience that as I do, but this is the first time that I'm really verbalizing it because I just I don't know, I'm cognizant of your viewing on my doing. What had happened? All that stuff. There was a lot of stuff in there that I don't even think I finished. I don't know. So converging with ours, right? Thank you, spirits and angels, all of y'all, whole team. So once they converge with ours, our path, then we think, all right, well, I'm going to respond more positively to that because it's meant to progress me. Otherwise, without that entity, it's like ignorance is bliss, right? We don't know any better, any worse. We're just kind of riding it out, just kind of like smooth sailing. But that complacency is so dull. You guys know that. There's like movies all about that. So, Spirit, what is your input for the collective whole? We're going to use both decks, okay? Okay, one. This is, oh, the Magician in reverse, guys. Why do we have the Magician in reverse? The Magician in the reverse is a manipulator, from what I remember. They use their powers for vain purposes, for vanity. And not only, it could be in the abusage of your powers, in the fact that it's intentionally used to manipulate, or it could be wasting them on futile purposes. So it's a certain kind of ignorance. It's ignorance or a lack of awareness. Either one, it's kind of under the same umbrella. When you are abusing your powers in effect of manipulation, that's totally intentional. But it's a lack of awareness on the collective whole. And the impact of it, the sense of responsibility. And to self, like, it's so self-sabotage. It's degrading the potential that you are gifted with. The very potential from the very divine. And on the other side of abusing your powers, in an area of neglect, in an area of futile efforts, in futile purposes. So if you're wasting your energies into something else when you know better, you have better discernment skills, you're a freaking magician. Like, you have all the elements of your wielding, and therefore you have the knowledge, whether that be hidden and ready to be uncovered just below the surface, or you already have that, like, as tribal knowledge, right? It's already ingrained. It's just a matter of activation. So capable, right? So gifted, blessed, yes, but also cursed by your own doing at some point. That's the Magician in reverse. That's what I'm reading it as today. That's what's coming in. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. It's a lady inside with her hair, like she's in her bathrobe having some tea right by a fireplace. There's 3 candles lit with salamanders off to the side. The window behind her is a mailman dropping off mail. In reverse. Okay, so wasting time and energy. Did I not tell you? Did I not say that? Why did I... Whoa, you guys, seriously. That came in reverse. Wasting time and energy, right? And that is the bottom line. When you abuse your powers, you are wasting your time and your energy, whether that be through intentional manipulation for vain purposes, or if it's abusing your power through neglect and discernment, wasting it like futile efforts, just pissing off your time, because whether you're feeling depressed or whatever, the answers are right in front of you. When you ask for the divine's help, they'll throw it at you. It's like, think fast. You throw the ball. That means you're ready for it. So, like you, I need to buckle up for the ride and take the wheel. Yes? And, yeah, we're capable. That was nice, Spirit. I like that reading. Now we're going to use this deck called Wisdom of the Oracle. Anyway, this is time for a nap. Oh, what? Time for a nap? What does that mean for you guys? For us? time for a nap is 24. Again, I think of 24, I think there's 24 hours in the day, and that's why it feels so whole in my human context language. That's how we measure out our days, by 24 hours, in a very robotical human position, that there's 24 hours in a day. How do we allot that for where we want to be, what we want to end up manifesting, becoming more effective, potent in our delivery as a magi, right? As a magician in the upright. What is it that we need to allot to in our day to turn these cards upright? Okay, the Three of Wands, and this is, I think, manifesting something like, give me a second. Three of Wands, attracting a result. Yes, manifesting. So 24, time for a nap. Okay, so let's think about this. If we are manipulating, then we need to ease up, because that could mean we're manipulating something, the gears, and in order to produce a obsessed about result. So it's time to ease off if that's the case. That's what I'm getting. Time for a nap. If you're manipulating to gain a sense of control, like, I want this so bad, I'm just going to make it happen, okay? Life doesn't work 100% like that. If it's not meant for you at that time, it just won't happen for you. And even if it does, it won't just produce the results if you're not vibing with it, if you're not truly connecting with it, on a cosmic plane of attraction. But if you're just pissing off your time because the lack of acknowledgement to its true value, maybe you're going through depression, yeah? Yeah, you've been knocked down. Maybe you've just been, it's the same thing. Kind of ease up on yourself. Take a nap, right? It's a fox on a moon. It's mystery behind this. Not all things are uncovered and revealed at this time, so kind of just ease up, be patient, take a nap, use that Four of Swords energy. And if you're going to exercise these cycles of thought, why not think about your 24-hour day, what you're measuring up to every single day that you're invested in. Okay, so let's go ahead and read that. The bottom of the deck is Go the Distance. Haha. For number 47. After rest and relaxation, then go the distance. Now that you have this call to awareness, we address it, kind of lay off, be patient, take some rest, relaxation, and reflect and remap out your day. And then you go after your goals. You go the distance, and you go that extra mile. It is a leopard or a cheetah running through a desert. And you know how much harder it is to run on sand than it is on regular pavement or dirt. You're kind of sinking in. That means you work harder. You take your steps with more conviction. You have to, in order to gain that traction, that momentum. Through sand, through desert, through the heat, the dry, the constant, the texture of your ground, basically. You have to really be able to ground yourself. Anticipate each step to be each step to move in stride according to where you want to go. So it's each step with conviction, but this momentum that becomes natural and innate in you, almost instinctual, like this leopard or cheetah. Anyway, through the desert, right? So it has all of these factors kind of weighing against it that make the conditions less comfortable. But that's what this cheetah is built to do. Very capable. And just about to cross the finish line. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read what it says in the book. First, for Time for a Nap, 24. Essential meanings: rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. Yep. The Oracle's message: this is a time to step away and rest. Let your cares of your world go. Go into the state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. Yes, having that objective view from, standing apart from it, giving it a rest. There's gray area. This is the gray area. It doesn't mean like when you take a break from something, like put up like your walls, like they don't freaking exist anymore, right? People live, there's, birthdays around the corner, or, holidays and this and that. Like, you gonna really, like, put up your wall and then pretend like you're just as good of a, friend, like, that everything makes, did I just put this into, like, personal overdrive? Well, that's one storyline, gosh. But I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to, like, ride into the seat of this possibility, like, sometimes. This is the thing. Congratulations, you've met a Gemini. So there's some gray area. If you step out of a project, let's say, and it's like your baby, and it doesn't mean that you have to completely like black out from it. It's just simply you take a step away and you're in observation mode. See how the dynamic is of the other people involved in the project, the other elements involved, and how that reacts to whatever you implement, and just everything in scope. Like, you can take a peek at what's going on, but you're just kind of like gonna zip your mouth. There's some gray area. You don't have to like be all eyes off. And so when it comes to like friendships, you want to make sure that, especially when you're dealing with a certain bond, another living form, another entity, another being that has thought processes, and another soul, it's more important, obviously. Okay, relationship message. Oh my gosh, there's different messages here. Let's read them all. Okay. Relationship message. When it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be patient with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and the beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. Prosperity message. This is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon though. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. True. Yes. Protection message. You are a human being, not a human doing. Oh my gosh, did we not just cover all of these bases? Okay, so I'm doing this for the sake of being thorough, because I'm a Virgo too. My Virgo is rising, right? And so I'm cross-referencing for the sake of not just my soul involved, but all the other souls listening on the other end. And it's just really cool how that works, because I've been wanting to do like pick a card readings for a while now, like kind of elevate it and like just try something new too. I feel like I would have a lot to offer in that area. And so, but I've been scared of it, okay? I've been scared of it for a long time. Like, I don't know. I don't know yet. So anyway, I've been told that, like, why not? Why are you not taking advantage of this? Even the energies of the collective whole of, like, peer readers, or even seasoned, well-versed readers say the same thing. Like, you can totally do it. And so even the spirit is telling me, like, trust, you can do it. Trust, it's all in your head, Tina. So anyway, why did I say that? Oh, so the sake of being thorough, just check myself, and also making sure that, see what I'm missing, right? This is kind of like homework, real time too for me. Just checking. Okay, protection message. You are a human being and not a human doing. Is it possible you're suffering from workaholism? Could you be one of those who thinks it's your job to save everyone, to be there for everyone, to go, go, go until you can barely see straight? You've gone as far as you can. You've worked hard and nourished people and projects. But now you're an empty well and have no reserves for others or for yourself. Don't let your ego keep you going full speed when your body and spirit need rest. Exhaustion is calling you to stop what you're doing altogether and take a break. If you don't, the appearance of this card could portend a possible illness that stems from being totally overwhelmed. And that's not just burnout. Like, this could be really physically, like, when your feelings really, how do I say this? The intensity of your vibrations, your thoughts, and or your feelings affect you on a cellular level. Oh, this can manifest into a dis-ease. It's not just like some little corny, little witty thing. No, it's for real. Okay, sorry. You will feel like a new person if you take a break. Do it now. Okay. All right, now we go to 47. Go the distance. This is where we're going. This is where we're going. Sorry. 47. It's getting hot in this car. Is endurance, strength, and the long haul. The Oracle's message: to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities. This is seriously, okay. So there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. Yes, manifesting, being the magician upright. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. Right, like I was saying, you have your own, in another reading, you have your own personalized abundance waiting for you. There's no possibility of you taking others. You can attempt so. You can actually maybe manifest that in the 3D realm, actual thievery, but it's never going to sit right permanently with you. Such thing as karma, but when you go that far and you get what your perceived thought is that you want, or your desired object, that thought process in itself is insatiable, unable to be satisfied. So it never really feels like your abundance. You're never actually fulfilled with that taking. I just wanted to remind everyone that we have our own personal, customized abundance from the divine. Relationship message: you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time, for better or for worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? Okay. Alright. That's our hot and steamy message for the night. Okay, here we go. Prosperity message. Your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is the time to think long term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work can now lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stroke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Did I say stroke? I meant stoke. Goodness. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Yeah, you gotta light it up, right? You have to, right? I have to. Alright. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. Okay. That's a great thing. Maybe that's a hot and steamy message for some of you guys out there. Maybe that's what turned you guys on. Who knows? Okay, protection message. Okay. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up an image of the desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. Yes! Yes, I think I was wording it as conviction, that emphasis in your will, that you're emphasizing your will every single day. Rain or shine, sickness, health, right? Well, sickness, you gotta take some rest, right? But the conviction, you can actually gain momentum without being mobile. There's planning, there's assessment that you can do when you rest and relaxation, just the thought processes of it. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength. And yes, because you're just arising from take a nap, that Four of Swords energy. You are learning how to conserve your strength. And in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Yes, like the 24 hours that take a nap. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. Yes, you can't let stuff weigh you down when you're in harsher conditions, when you're in a more competitive environment where you actually compete for resources. I'm trying to give you a better glimpse of this. Anyway, you can't F around with your energy. You're on your reserves, but that's what it takes. You're all with the mindset of going in like it's not going to exhaust you, like it's actually going to invigorate you. You have saved up and harnessed this energy. You're using it wisely. You're not letting it bleed out to other areas that are insignificant and futile, but you are actually saving that energy to go the extra mile, going the distance to your own personalized abundance, reaching that. Showing spirit that you are utilizing your skills that you have been gifted and making mama proud. Kind of like that. Anyway, thank each and every one of you for joining in on this series of, I don't know, maybe we'll call it weekly focus or our daily focus. What would you say? I would say this is a weekly focus. We want to go ahead and measure out ourselves and take inventory, and we don't want to rush the process. We are going to go ahead and make sure that we're in the right place in order to assess and take action in our right selves. We got to trust ourselves first in order to take in all this information and wield it as a true magician. Okay, so I think that's it. Have a good day. Have a good night. And let's go ahead and thank Spirit. Spirit, thank you very much. Ancestors, Spirit guides, divine beings of love and light, all of you, our Spirit team, thank you for keeping everything in alignment and cohesive in your message to us. Because we need to be able to understand it in the context in a more digestible form. And I feel like that was. It's applicable to different areas of life, and it still puts a reserve on us, like a little bit of a hold, so that we can do our own assessment. It calls us to action to see where that message applies into our own lives and make the most of it. We're not just being told what to do. We're given some suggestions on what may apply to our life and how to see it through, see it better, and go from there. We're not codependent on what others have to say, how those messages come through, but we are doing our own work. We are taking more of a commitment and stepping forward and showing that we take this seriously and we want to progress. And we are making the steps to change. And this is the first step, which is being able to identify with the message that you're delivering. All right, so thank you all for joining. I hope to see you again. And if you like the message to expand its reach, please go ahead and hit the like button, comment, subscribe, thank Spirit on your own accord. I'm sure that Spirit would appreciate that. And your guides, of course. I think that's it. All right. See y'all later. Okay.